guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm bringing you part 3 of the Mom Fitness Files in the fitness series that I'm doing to hopefully help and encourage some of you moms or women out there who are looking for some advice on how to get fit, and not just advice that you can find by doing a simple Google search online, but actual real applicable advice coming from a personal trainer, but also someone who has gone through their own fitness journey as well. So if you didn't watch the last 2 videos, I recommend that you go and do them. I am doing these videos in a sequence that kind of makes sense. So I'm not going to throw nutrition at you week 1. I shared my story with you guys week 1, and then week 2, I shared 5 ways that you can start getting healthier right now. So today's video, part 3 of the series, is going to be on motivation. And so you may have watched that video and you may have felt ready and motivated and inspired to do something. And then some of you guys may really struggle with motivation and motivation to just get started if you're brand new, or if you're someone who's been working out for a really long time, like myself. Motivation really plays a role in how long you carry out this lifestyle. There's definitely been times in the recent months where I felt a little unmotivated, and that is not me as a person in general. I'm a highly motivated person, and so I was kind of like struggling trying to figure out what it was that was causing me to kind of be unmotivated when it came to my health and my fitness. With that being said, I didn't completely fall off the wagon. I did what I knew I needed to do, but I wasn't mentally there, if that makes sense. So today I'm sharing with you a couple of ways that I used just a month or so ago when I was kind of in a fitness rut trying to figure out what the root of the issue was. And so here's what I came up with. This is what I'm sharing with you. So the first thing I would advise you to do if you're struggling with motivation is assess your overall time commitments. You need to look at where your time is going. So look through your day, list out your tasks, and see where you're spending the majority of your time. I can't tell you how many women or even men that I've met to train who have told me that they're just so busy they don't have time. And so definitely, you know, everybody has a schedule and a life and different commitments and different time things that create our day-to-day hustle and bustle schedule, but no one should be too busy to take care of their health and their wellness, because if you become sick or have to manage a chronic disease, that is going to take way more time than if you just invest in your health right now. So you need to assess your time commitments. Now, I'm not just talking about physical time commitments, I'm talking about mental time commitments too. If you have a lot of things that mentally exhaust you, for example, if you're a mom and your husband works out of town or something, and you're with your kids 24/7 for weeks on end, and you never get a mental break as a homeschooling mom, that can definitely wear you out to the point of where you mentally don't have enough drive to put into your workouts to push yourself. And that was definitely something I was experiencing, not because my husband was out of town, but because I had just way overcommitted myself. So I think you need to analyze your time commitments yourself, physical time commitments as in places you need to be. And then I think you need to analyze your mental time commitments. What are the things that take the most mental energy from you? And I think you need to figure out a way to carve out 30 minutes to 1 hour a day for yourself to exercise. And if you pull back on any of those things that you identify as taking a lot of time, mentally or physically, if you free up some of that time, you'll see that you have some energy again to kind of give to that area. So that is suggestion number 1. Suggestion number 2 that I have for you that I discovered recently myself and also working with clients over the years is to remember how far you've come. Now, this would only apply if you're somebody who has been working toward a fitness goal for a while and then you hit a plateau in your weight loss, or you hit a plateau in your strength gain and you become unmotivated because you're not achieving what you had hoped you would achieve in the amount of time you thought you would achieve it. That can be discouraging and that can cause us to be unmotivated. So I would suggest to you to think about where you started, and although you may not be where you want to be yet, you are not where you were. And so the only way to maybe one day get here is to keep on going, no matter how slow, how difficult, how painstaking, and you have to try to enjoy the process as you go. You can't have tunnel vision when you're on a fitness journey because you'll get discouraged so quick. Now, if you're somebody who has never started because you're not motivated and you don't really desire a change, then I would ask you to think about a time when you felt good about yourself. What was going on in your life at that time? What were the things that you were doing that were letting you feel good about yourself, confidence? You were happy with the way you felt and the way you looked and your capabilities as far as fitness goes. Think about that time. That might spark some motivation to help you get it into gear again. It definitely worked for me. The third thing that I'm going to suggest to you guys is I'm a big fan of honesty, and I do not like to sugarcoat things in life in general. I would consider myself a realist. I like to really just say things as they are and not sugarcoat things. And really, fitness is definitely an area where people like to hear what makes them feel good. And it's not always in their best interest to have someone who does that for them. So sometimes you have to be the bad person and say what another trainer might not feel comfortable saying. But I don't just apply that when I'm dealing with clients. I apply that to myself as well. I'm very honest with myself. And I think honesty is a big portion of getting fit. You have to be honest with yourself. You're not overweight because of this person and this childhood trauma and that childhood trauma. And all those things play a role into it. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you are accountable for your own fitness, just like I am for mine. And so the third thing that I think you can do to help yourself get motivated to make a change is to remind yourself of the long-term effects of not exercising and eating well. Like I said in my last video, sometimes you need to have a cold, hard realization that if you keep up these bad habits that you have right now, in 5 years, you will weigh 50 pounds more than you do now. Or over time, as women, we will get osteoporosis. Over time, you can develop heart disease. It doesn't have to run in your family for these things to happen to you. So you definitely need to think about the long-term effects, also the mental effects. Exercise is the number one thing that can help with depression and kind of feeling down. It's one of the top things that can help, and it's one of the things that most people don't do. And so remind yourself of those effects. Remind yourself of the fact that you do need to be active and eat well to live a long and healthy life. So that is the third thing that I think can help somebody get motivated. And then the fourth thing that I'm going to give you guys, which is super easy and simple, if you're dealing with being unmotivated, start with something you enjoy again. So if you're someone who hates running and you want to get back into shape, don't pick a running program because you hate it. Why would you do that? Pick something that you enjoy, because it's not necessarily the intensity of the exercise you're going to be doing that's important. It's the longevity that you're going to be doing it for. So you need to choose something that you're going to enjoy doing enough to be able to keep up your motivation to go. If you are dreading your workout the next day, like, oh, I hate that, then maybe you need to make a change to what classes or what things you're doing. Now, me personally, I really like an intense workout. And so sometimes I'll dread it knowing the pain that I'm going to be in, but that is what I live off of. And so for me, that might not necessarily hold true. But I would say for me, this would be like if I was like, I'm going to start doing Zumba classes. No offense to you Zumbaers out there, but I am not a Zumbaer. Or if that's even a word, what do you call people who do Zumba? Dancers? But I was a dancer in high school. So I don't know, but I don't enjoy a Zumba class. So I would never choose Zumba to get motivated again if I quit working out for a while. I would choose something like weightlifting or something like that, something I enjoy. So pick something you like. And then the fifth and final tip that I'm going to give you guys on a way to get motivated if you're in a fitness rut is to go out and buy yourself some cool workout clothes or shoes or something that makes you want to use it. I know for me, having nicely fitted activewear that holds up and lets me feel confident when I'm working out that nothing's going to be falling or slipping or, things like that. That just gives me that little bit of a boost in my day when I go and put on my outfit and I feel good about what I'm wearing. So if you're someone who's never spent any money on some activewear, or maybe you have and it's just been a long time, I want to encourage you, if you're feeling unmotivated, to go out and get a few new things if you can do so. Some of my favorite places to buy activewear are Old Navy. They have a really good selection and it holds up fairly decently. And then if you're looking for something more high-end, I am a Lululemon lover. And my Lululemon stuff has held up for 5 years. And so it's worth the investment to me. So those are my 5 tips on ways that you can get motivated. I would love to hear from you guys. If any of these resonated with you, leave me a comment below and tell me which one. I'd love to know where you're at and what you're going through. And if that button right over here is still red, go ahead and hit subscribe so you get to see a notification when I upload next. I'm super thankful for all the support so far, and I hope that these videos are helping you guys get motivated and be encouraged to be moms that take care of ourselves mentally, physically, and all the way around so we can love our families the best. I'll talk to you guys soon, okay? Bye.